Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit more about some of the details surrounding Lowriders Part 2, some more evidence that suggests that it actually is going to be coming out pretty soon, probably in a few hours, depending on when you're watching this, and also I'm going to be giving you guys some best tips that I know so that you can prep for the DLC and so that you can enjoy it as best as possible. We're going to be touching up on all of that in this video today. Okay, so the first thing I want to touch on before we get into any of the tips or anything else I plan on talking about in this video is the fact that QA Beta 2 has actually now gotten an update. And for those of you guys who don't know what QA Beta 2 is, it's a file that Rockstar will traditionally update right before a DLC is launched. And QA Beta actually stands for Quality Assurance Beta. This is where certain Rockstar developers will actually test out the new DLC content that's coming into the game, make sure it doesn't have any big bugs, make sure that there aren't really any issues with it, so that when we get it, it's in its best shape and is perfect and ready to go. That's what QA Beta 2 does, and every time that file is updated, it means that an update is on the way soon. Now, does it 100% confirm that the DLC is going to be coming out tomorrow or Tuesday, March 15th? No, it doesn't 100% confirm, but what it does do is just give us more evidence that Yan's prediction and that his source of the March 15th date is looking more and more accurate. So again, we are just going to have to see in a few hours, depending on when you're watching this video. It literally could be any minute on when this DLC does come out, but that file was updated. So if you see on Twitter, you see in other videos, people talking about QA Beta 2, understand that it means Rockstar is testing out the new DLC content and the new files, but it isn't a 100% foolproof way to determine if the DLC is coming out tomorrow. The only way we're going to find out is just to let time tell itself, but it is still a great and encouraging sign that it is likely coming soon. All right, so now I want to give you guys some tips on how to prep for the DLC, as well as just being able to enjoy it as best you can on launch day when the DLC actually does come out. So the first tip I can give you is buy the cars in advance. Now, we obviously don't know an official car list, but we do know that there has been a list of 6 vehicles floating around, as well as 2 kind of confirmed vehicles in the Rat Loader, the Slam Van, and the Virgo. So this is an optional thing that you can do, especially if you don't want to risk the fact that these cars may or may not be the actual ones coming up in the update tomorrow. Again, they are just our best prediction, but if you want to kind of prep for the DLC, you can already go ahead and buy the cars so that when the DLC does launch, you don't have to go on the website and buy them. You then have to wait for them to be delivered to your garage. Depending on where your garage is, that you then have to drive all the way to Benny's. So it is and can be a hassle. So in this way, you can kind of prep and buy them early. Now, there are a few vehicles on the list that you can actually purchase on websites. You can buy the Slam Van, the Rat Loader, and the Minivan from the Southern San Andreas Super Auto site, and you can also buy the Virgo from the Legendary Motorsports website also. That one came with Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1. Now, there are 2 vehicles, the Sabre Turbo and the Tornado, that cannot be purchased on any website, but can be found kind of anywhere in the streets of Los Santos. In fact, I found a Tornado just the other day when I was recording footage for this video. So it is pretty easy to find, and the cars are not that hard to get. So I would recommend buying them. You still are going to pay the same amount of money. There's not going to be any price difference from if you buy them now versus if you when you buy them on Benny's site when the DLC actually comes out. But again, what this will do is save you time when the DLC launches. You want to fumble around with finding the cars and paying money then and, delivering them to a garage. This way you can get organized nice and neatly, get them all in one garage and ready to go so that you can upgrade them and turn them into some awesome rides at Benny's Original Motorworks. And speaking of Benny's Original Motorworks, let's talk about making your trips as convenient as possible. A lot of mistakes I see people making are buying apartments, or their closest apartment is so far away from Benny's Original Motorworks. And every time they want to store a car or get a new car, they've got to drive all the way up to the Vinewood Hills to get a new car. And that is just a complete waste. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the closest garages and apartments that can be found in Benny's Original Motorworks. So the closest one is a 2-car garage. I know it's only 2 cars, but it's only $34,000. It's Garage at Innocent Boulevard in West Los Santos. So again, you can purchase that for $34,000. Relatively close to Benny's, there are two 10-car apartments, high-end 10-car garages. So that's 3rd Alta Street Apartment 10 and 3 Alta Street Apartment 57. They're $217,000 and $223,000. They're both high-end apartments and they have 10-car garages. Those are extremely close to Benny's, so those are probably your best bets. And if you want to extend out a little bit further, there's also two more that I recommend at 4 Integrity Way. One of them is $247,000 and another one is $235,000. Those are, again, both high-end apartments as well as 10-car garages. So those are the closest and the cheapest location to Benny's Original Motorworks. So I say this for a few reasons. One, you might want to shift an existing garage to one of those to get closer so that you can more frequently and consistently upgrade your lowriders or cars. And also, there's a good chance that Rockstar might be adding another garage, a 6th property that we can purchase, and these might be maybe one of the ones you want to consider because they're close to Benny's, and also they're in a pretty good location as well. So definitely consider them if you are in one of those categories of thinking about moving garages, or might be getting another one tomorrow or whenever the DLC does eventually make its way out. Okay, the next tip I can give you, and especially on day 1 and 2 after the DLC come out, is play in invite-only lobbies, or at least in a crew session or a closed crew session. Just avoid public lobbies. I've been in public lobbies when Lowriders Part 1 came out, and I'm telling you guys, it is a disaster. It is a war zone because Benny's is in like a little condensed alley, and if you guys know anything about Grand Theft Auto Online lobbies, if you get a lot of people in a small enclosed area, something bad is bound to happen. Whether that's someone dropping a grenade and blowing up all your new lowriders, or whether that's someone, griefing and trolling and shooting Benny, and then Benny's Original Motorworks gets closed, and then you have to go and join a new lobby. It's just not worth it. So in general, my recommendation is to never play in public lobbies. I think they're dangerous. I think there's hackers and modders in there. But especially with this new DLC, just stick to invite-only lobbies, stick to crew sessions, closed friend sessions. You just don't want to be in a public lobby when a new DLC drops. It's very dangerous, and especially when everyone's crowding around the same area, lots of hectic confusion going on. You just don't want to be a part of it. All right, and this last tip should be pretty obvious, and it's something I discussed the other day, but make sure you've got your money ready. We do think that there's going to be 6 new vehicles coming with this update. I've already talked about my price points that I think you guys are going to need in order to be able to purchase everything, but just make sure you're good to go, whether it's getting money from your account into your bank, or whether it's buying a shark card, or whether it's grinding those last few missions. Just get your money ready to go, and I say over-prepare rather than under-prepare, and whether that means, playing more missions than you think, or maybe getting one more rank of a shark card up. You just want to make sure that you are ready for tomorrow's update, because even though it's only 6 vehicles, it looks to be pretty pricey and expensive. So just be prepared and don't get sticker shock when these cars eventually do release. But anyways, that's really all the information I have for you guys in this video today regarding the next, hopefully coming very, very, very soon, Grand Theft Auto Online DLC, codename Lowriders 2. Again, be sure to check back on my channel tomorrow whenever the DLC comes out. I'm going to be doing live streams, spending sprees. I'm going to be talking to you guys about all the vehicles. It is going to be a blast, so be on the lookout for that. We're going to have lots of fun tomorrow whenever it comes out on my channel, so stick around for that. If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.